How do you feel that we just got out our very last frozen bag of breast milk to give to our son?
Sad.
The stash is gone, which is insane because you had the mother load of milk when we started this journey.
I know. I have a problem. Like when I first had a baby, I did everything that the lactation people say to do to not have oversupply in the beginning, and I have oversupply, and so I have to relieve it in some way. That's all through the Haka. It's not like I'm doing additional pumps.
Yeah.
And I had like, how many ounces do you think I had in that deep freeze?
Oh gosh.
Probably
Thousands.
close to 2,000.
Yeah, you had so much milk.
Oh my gosh.
It was like we just went to a farm and gathered a bunch of cow milk and just brought it home and froze it.
Think about how big my
those boobies
udders
were.
got.
They were pretty big. They were
so
yeah.
rich.
It's honestly insane. Like when I see photos auto-generated on my phone, I'm like, holy frick. Like I forgot they got to be that size.
Do you feel sad?
Hey, it was a fun time. It was a fun party. You know, but I love them now. They're so great.
Imagine I had those, but with like the slimmed down body I have now.
Yeah.
It would have just been overwhelming. It would have been, it would probably created so many issues. Bad posture for one.
People were literally saying that they thought you had a boob job. Like everybody on the, like people were, which I don't understand why people on the internet always have to comment on other people's bodies, but people literally thought that you had a boob job.
When
your boobs were so big from breastfeeding.
Where are they at now, people? Where are the people that think that I had work done? They're real quiet. Because the milk factory is officially closed. We've gone dry. It's so sad though too. It's like I don't even think I could. Here's the thing. The only reason I feel somewhat peace about ending breastfeeding is because I feel like I really gave it my all. And if I was still producing enough milk, I probably would still be out there at my pump still. You know what I mean?
When is your last day? Do you have an official day in the calendar?
I'm like trying to make it to he's 9 months.
Oh, so you have 4 more days.
Yeah, but I think I might run out of milk in the meantime.
You're worried you won't be able to pump?
I'm pumping barely nothing.
Have you looked into like a certain formula that you want to use for
I've been talking around.
remaining-
I've kind of been in denial. I don't know why. Like, it's just a mental block.
I think it's so funny.
But it does sound kind of fun to just like shake up a bottle. Don't you agree? Like a little martini?
Yeah. I think it's funny when you bring up this conversation with your mom because she gets offended because she
only did formula.
She formula fed you and your brother. And so I think she gets offended thinking that you're saying she was a bad mom.
I know she does.
For not breastfeeding.
She's ruthless.
And she's just like, what's the big deal? I don't get it.
She's like, so did you think I did it? I'm like, okay. It's the only thing that she is that way too, though, you know? Because she's the most, like, she does not insert her own opinions or anything, like, with us at parenting. She totally respects what we want to do and, like, I don't know. They're great with, like, that stuff. But that's the only thing where she's like, what's the big deal? And I'm like, and not in, like, a really serious way, but.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, like, formula feeding, if we would have switched to that a long time ago, that would have been a lot easier on me. But that wasn't my decision to make. So I just kind of was like, you do your thing. So I'm honestly kind of excited for this new journey. Like, we've never been formula parents.
I know. For 3 months, we're going to have formula. But then here's the other thing. Our baby doesn't even really like milk anymore. Like, both of our kids were like this. As soon as they got to try solid food, they were like, screw this milk. Give me a cheeseburger.
He loves pancakes, eggs, really any breakfast food.
Any food in general. He was eating ground beef last night.
Yeah. What is it with our kids and bananas?
Banana, cottage cheese in general. Like, he'll just eat whatever you put in front of him.
Yeah.
Which is kind of scary though, because some of the things we put in front of him are not edible. Like,
yeah, he's tried to eat rocks. I'm pretty sure he was trying to eat a feather or something. That's disgusting. I know. I'm gonna hope that it was just like a fuzzy, like, little puffball from a flower or something. I don't know.
Any parent listening to this of like a baby and toddler knows you do the best you can, but things just end up in their mouths that you're like, how'd you even get that? Where'd that come from?
They will find things in the craziest crevices. It's insane. You just have to make sure that you don't have, like, we've been really adamant about making sure there's never like batteries on the floor or
no batteries at all.
Yeah, I know.
Well, if the toy even takes those batteries, I do not let that in our
Well,
house.
I had to change our
Those
smoke
small
detectors in
ones.
our house. They're freaking going off at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then the next day I went and changed the batteries out, and you were like, hey, reminder about the batteries. So I put them away immediately. But
Well,
it's
the fact
scary.
is that those big ones are pretty safe. I don't think they're going to swallow that huge of a
That's
battery.
true. Yeah, those
but
are massive.
it's just those little button batteries.
Oh, those
that,
scared me. Why do they even make those?
I agree.
If little kids are swallowing those, they should never even make those.
Well, yeah, it just makes no sense. It kills them
Scary.
like almost instantly.
That's so scary.
Oh my gosh, it's literally terrifying. So we will not allow those in our house. It's scary though because you can't monitor everything.
Back to the whole thing about our kids just putting stuff in their mouth, like the most random stuff. I think as a parent, if you are too overprotective of your kid, that hurts them. And then if you're too underprotective, that hurts them too. Like, I think you need to find a happy medium, right? Because
where do you think we lie?
I think we do a pretty good job. I really do. I think we found a good medium where
Oh yeah.
they sometimes do stupid stuff and fall and, bonk their head and it's sad. But then at the same time, kids get hurt and like they learn from their mistakes.
Oh, Griffin tries. He falls on the ground and runs into things literally on purpose. Yesterday, he wanted to run into a wall. Just started sprinting full speed, ran into a wall. And the woman I was with was like, oh my, she's like trying to help him. I'm like, he's fine. He just did that on purpose. And he just gets back up and goes, whoa.
My favorite is when he'll be sad and then we'll distract him for a second and be like, Griffin, would you like to hold your zebra toy or your lion? And he totally forgets in that moment because he's listening to me, totally forgets that he's sad. And then 5 seconds later, he remembers that he was sad and then boom, back to full scale crying.
Yeah, but he doesn't really cry because he gets hurt as much. It's more like he's starting to develop opinions on what he wants to do and what he doesn't want to do.
He's very opinionated.
Sit in his high chair. He does not want to do
Heck
that.
no, he has to stand and eat.
Yeah,
That's
or
way
he wants
cooler.
to sit at the big table with us.
Yeah, way cooler to stand and eat
but
your
then
food.
he just gets down and he doesn't even end up eating. Oh my.
Yeah. I will tell you though, I did not want to start this podcast because he came in here and just gave me a hug and wouldn't let go. And he was just eating a chip and my heart was a complete
He loves hugs
melted
and cuddles.
puddle of love.
That's sweet. They're the best. Yeah. So we got to get formula. Honestly, we might need to get it soon. We have some in our pantry.
Are we going to use that formula? How does formula even work? Is all formula standard? Do we need to get a specialty one? Because the formula that we got was given to us when we left the hospital in case we needed it. Or no, it was from the pediatrician.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to try to use, this whole world, I don't know, because I hear things about goat formula. I hear European formulas are better. I don't know. Here's the thing I know is that I know that our kid is not going to be too particular.
Should we get one of those formula Keurigs? You know how our friends have that one where it
he's only doing 3 bottles a day anyway.
Okay. But I thought that was kind of sick. How it has the warm water and then it shakes it up with the powder.
Yeah, it just seems wasteful
cool.
since we're only going to use it for 3 months and he's only 3 bottles a day. Pretty soon he's going to only be doing 2 bottles a day.
That is pretty crazy to think about.
Yeah. So I literally try to pump and it's just maybe barely 2 ounces for the whole day. And I know the things I could do to try to, I could take supplements, I could drink a crap ton of coconut water, I could make little lactation bites, and I could pump a lot more frequently. I'm just kind of gotten to that point where I'm like, I don't want to do what it's going to take. And a little bit of formula is not going to kill him.
Well, he's not even finishing his bottles. He leaves so many bottles unfinished because he prefers to eat solid food.
Yeah, so he's not going to be getting a lot of formula. And also, we are going to be traveling coming up. And I was like, here's the thing. I don't think that I have it in me to bring that pump with me on one more trip and bring a freezer bag and worry about all that stuff for one more trip, especially since we're going to be kind of all over the place for this upcoming trip, that I'm like, I don't think I have it in me anymore. And I think that I need to wave my white flag with this. And
oh yeah, what's up?
Just visually, they don't look like they have milk anymore. They look like they got.
I think they look pretty awesome.
You told me the other day. I was like, Matt.
No, you were asking me which boob was bigger than the other one, and I got it wrong. I thought I really had to study them because I could tell they were different sizes.
Really had to study.
But I don't know. My eyes were playing tricks on me.
But get this. But then I was like, but Matt, they're uneven. You're you're in one of those phases where you're just like focused on something else, and you're like, yeah, they're super uneven. It's pretty funny. And I was like, Matt, that's not nice.
No, you were you were laughing, and then I was, I don't know. I didn't mean it like in a negative way or anything.
Well, I guess if you couldn't tell which one was bigger and which one was smaller, then it's not that noticeable.